Hello and welcome back to Parkitect. Here we are in Pagoda Valley. This is a secluded valley, presents an ideal location for a thrilling roller coaster park. The nearby temple is fine with your use of the land as long as you respect the existing structures. Okay, you have to make a small loan to get started at your park, but you're ready to go. We have to get 500 guests in our parks, no loan debt. Sell at least 800 tickets and have that all done by December of year 3. And it looks like we have some coasters to start off with here. So take a look. We have this nice swooping drop. It looks like they're both going to go into a loop there, do the little turnaround thing. It's a nice little interaction. Twist, dive, go through, corkscrew, twist, and then come back to the station. Awesome. Those are really good looking rides. They don't have super impressive lines, but they do have some nice stats. Medium only on intensity. Interesting. I would have thought those would have been high. Taking a look up here, we have those guys, and we can't do anything with the buildings on that, but and we have like no flat land to work with. Okay, so this should be fun. We do have a lot of land at least, just not a lot of flat land. So we're gonna have to design some spaces in here to get the things that we need done, completed properly. So as always, I'm gonna do my really quick little thing of just getting some of this stuff built for our guest and get rid of some of this stuff because I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. And let's see, so right there, we'll come over here and we can go all the way up to that point and then come over. Does that make sense? Let's try it. So this spot we're just gonna flatten out. Maybe not quite that much, but okay, we'll go with that. So we're gonna come up here like so. Nope, we're not gonna do that. Now let's get rid of all this and figure out where we want to go. So what I really want to do is I want to come over here and then be able to just rocket it down. So alright, and we're going to leave this one. I know this is very unlike me, but we're going to leave this as a single line one because we just don't have the capacity in this park to do a lot of other stuff. Let's just take a look here. We do have a $4,000 loan, which we could pay back right away if we wanted to. I think I'm going to save that for a little bit. Thrill Ride Rise, we are really lacking. So we're going to up that. We have a monorail. No thing there. And then we have some really good coasters. We have a hyper coaster and an inverted coaster. So we have some options when it comes to that stuff. We just need to worry about this, and this area here is terrible. So let's knock that out as well. Get all of this out of there. And then we'll pick up our guests and move them to their new happy locations. Alright, as far as shops and stuff go, we have hot dogs, bubble tea, and that should be enough to do the basics here. So I'll put on hot dogs, and I guess we need to clean out these fences here real fast. Okay, I can't remove that one for some reason. Apparently that's part of that, but I don't think that's going to matter too much for what we're doing here. Maybe it will, I don't know, but we're going to do that. That's kind of a bummer actually, but whatever, we'll deal. And then we'll throw on bathroom right there. Once, if we're able to, we remove. Why can't we remove those things? They're not part of any building, okay? So we can't do anything like that. So this is going to have to just exist up here a little bit more. And then we can do what we're going to do anyway, just in slightly different locations. So put the bathroom, get our hot dogs, and we will get our bubble tea. And then as far as our staff go, we'll get a staff room. Like there. Okay. And then we just need to enclose those in some type of building. Hopefully one that makes sense with what we have currently, but I'm also not going to go bananas right now. So we'll do something like that, I think, for our current setup. And then we're just going to hide all of this away. Nope. I'm just clicking like crazy right now. I apologize. We can get rid of that for some reason, but nothing else we can't get rid of. Alright. That one then, I guess we should probably put a wall on the bathroom there. Alright, we have that. I think we're going to do something like this. And then we're going to do that. Does it make sense? No. Does it have to? Also, no. Not super worried about color palette and all that right now because I don't know what I really want to do with this park in its current state. I just know that we need to have the initial roofing and all that stuff set up to even continue doing our basic stuff on this park. So that looks terrible, and I'm going to own it. I know it looks terrible, and I'm okay with it. I wish they didn't cartoonize like these quite as much as they did in this game. Kind of has that roller coaster tycoon-y kind of feel with like how heavily themed some of the stuff is when it doesn't need to be quite like we could find hot dogs if there wasn't a big hot dog in front of it. It'd still be something that a normal person would be able to find without much problem, but whatever, that's fine. And let's go in here, just get that put in. And we're really kind of stuck. Like, I don't really care for any of the rides in particular that we have. They just aren't, like, great rides. So we'll just put in a couple of things here. It's nice that we only have to do it to one side of the pathways because just don't have a lot going on here otherwise. Alright, and then we'll put in our lights. I am not theming this at all. Like, this is going to be next to no theming. I apologize in advance. It's just what it's going to be for this park for right now. Just trying to get our initial stuff established, and then maybe we can do some more fun stuff here in a little bit. But I am racking my brain as I'm doing this about what we are actually going to do in this park, because there's just so much land that's not super like normal usable. So I'm going to flatten this area out here, and that's going to go be home to, I think, the Scrambler, or the Twister as they call it in this game. We'll put it there. This is not a like super popular ride. Open that up. Wall-wise, again, like taking a look at these structures that already exist, they're beautiful. They are just really cool looking, beautiful structures. I'm assuming they're using those. Yeah, I think there are these walls going through everything. We'll see if we can try to emulate that a little bit. I don't think we're going to be super successful, but that's okay. Let's bring that down, and the next one up, like so. And the other thing is, I don't really know a lot about the style of architecture that we have here, so I also don't want to be insulting to anybody who is familiar with it, because that's just not cool. And I want to make sure we make fun stuff that makes sense with what the cultures or whatever we're trying to represent are. So I'm not gonna go crazy with the theming here, because again, I'm just not super familiar or comfortable with that, building that type of stuff, because I don't know it. Again, I don't want to be insulting or even just wrong about how it's presented. So we're gonna do something like this, I think. Bring in that. And maybe we'll continue the theme that we had from our earlier one over on there, where it just kind of looks like this. It's not really anything that fits. It kind of looks like a wave coming forward, but it's not really anything that is going to match up with any of the theming, quote unquote, that's here. Just kind of what it is. We're going to go with a darker brown roof, I think. Not trying to light the world on fire here, just trying to close a ride. And then the curved roofs only have the ones that are metal like that, but we can make it that brown color as well. And we'll do something like that. Okay. Sure. It at least fits with this one a little bit and ties in some of the roof kind of pieces that these have. Even though these only have like a single roof line for the most part, it ties them in a little bit. Over here, I mean, I don't really want to go crazy with anything, because I want to see what's kind of coming our way here in a little bit. But I do need to do is get all of my guests back up onto the pathway. And hopefully we have $7,000 left. Again, $4,000 of that is a loan. I could pay that back right now, but I want to hold on to some of that money so that we can hopefully be able to knock out the loan debts with more rides. So it's kind of that double-edged sword where you need the money to build the rides, but you also need to be able to afford to build the rides and pay the money back, and it's a hot mess. So we're gonna just leave it as is for right now. We don't have any staff, so we're gonna get some basic staff in here. This is actually a pretty big park as far as how much space is covered, so we have that as kind of a little bit of a challenge. That hauler is going to live in this zone right here. So zone 1 is all you need to do. We'll hire that, and then we'll hire 2 security guards, I think, maybe 3. Yeah, we'll get 3, and then we'll help these poor souls get back onto the pathway, because they wander for quite a while. All right. So we're going to go back here. Hopefully people think this one's a good deal. I already heard whistles getting somebody. That's not the best sign. So let's just slow it down, take a look at this coaster as it goes to its thing. That's a really cool interaction. They should catch up to each other right here as this one loses his little speed going up, and this one's going to not lose quite as much. Cool. Another really cool interaction. That dive down on the water there is really cool. That's super cool. See how close they come on their interlocking corkscrews. Not super close. That's not terrible. And we're coming up, and it looks like the gold one is going to win just by a little bit. But very cool ride. I dig it. I like it a lot, actually. And I'm also going to, I think, close this area off to everybody. So I don't particularly want anybody going up there, staff or guest. Because what's going to happen here, as you can already see, is we have 3 staff members who have already ventured into an area where there is 1 guest, no rides, and nothing for the guest to mess up. And you can go down there as well. Alright, we'll do all of that. We're just going to slowly use the bulldozer tool to get rid of some of this fencing. Alright, and hopefully here we'll get a decent thrill ride of high intensity pretty quickly. At least that's the hope, and we'll see what happens. We're at least selling food right out of the gate here, which is nice. Now, let's see, do we have any details? So I think like trellises could be cool through here. I know I'm closing myself off to some of the potential problems that are going to be there in a second, but even these little... Actually, let's get rid of what I just did there. I think these would look cool on the outside of this area here. Once I actually don't destroy the pathway leading to everything. But I think these would be cool just lined up along there. And then lighting wise, if we have them, yeah, we have the little paper lantern things that I think will look nice being strung through that area like so. And if we switch it over to nighttime real fast, you can see, kind of looks nice. Not a lot going on in the rest of the park, but that part kind of looks nice. Alright, how we doing? We've sold, we need to get 500 guests in our park. We only have 195 right now, so we're short on that. We have to have no loan debt, so let's do that, because I didn't realize that actually unlocks a coaster for us. So we'll go repay all 4,000 of that. And we should get a notification here. Or did we get a notification, or is it just unlock? There it is. We got the flying coaster. Great. Alright. And then we just need to sell a bunch of tickets, which are going to come down to coasters. But before we do that, we need to get something high intensity that we can kind of pump through some riders pretty quick. That's probably going to go in this area here, or maybe this area down here, as long as we get something. Enterprise. That's the exact right ride that we have to have here. So we're going to fix up the land a little bit here and just make this area a little larger. It should fit in there without any problems. We'll be able to put the exit there, have the entryway wrap around and put it in there. And then we'll have our high intensity ride that will hopefully attract some more guests. Although this looks like it's doing a really good job of bringing people in. Luckily, this is an indoor ride, so it increases popularity during the rain. And our Enterprise should do something very similar for us as well. And just looking at our guest overall thoughts. Not super upset about anything in particular right now. So we're just waiting to get our Enterprise, which should be coming real soon. You can see we are making progress. I don't think we're going to have to do anything coaster-wise, at least for right now. The only issue we have with coasters is that they're all high-capacity rides, except for the suspended coaster. But super high capacity, we already have 2 of those, so we're not going to build any more. Our hypercoaster is, I think, going to be our next one that we're looking at. And we'll leave it on thrill rides. We're just going to scale back the funding on that to like half of what it was. Then we have our Enterprise. We need to move that back 2 more spaces. Okay. We can do that, luckily. So we flatten that area out just a touch more. We can get our Enterprise in there. Get our exit there. Our entryway. See if we can flatten these out. There we go. Get our entryway in there. We're going to charge $5, I think. Seems like a reasonable price for a high quality attraction like that. And then we'll open that up. And again, I keep hearing a lot of whistles in the background, which isn't super confidence inspiring for a park that we're trying to win and make nice here. So we'll do that. There we go. Alright, it's not perfect, but it looks at least a little better. Looks like we aren't just building stuff up like these. They are actual things set up there. That line filled up real fast. And then I think we're going to be into Coaster City here real quick. So I like how they changed the land color under here. It's dirt, not grass, underneath the areas that are in shade. That's kind of cool. This area is kind of cool. I don't know if we can do something with that, but like a food court there would be kind of nice. But again, I don't think that's going to work just because we're going to have to alter the building to get it to function the way that I would want it to function. Alright, and I think as far as coasters go, a limb kind of launch coaster makes the most sense here. Just something small and compact that can maybe fly in this area, I think would be super good. What we need to do. So we're gonna probably build a station somewhere over here and have it kind of just do a little limb launch up here and then do a bigger one into something. But in order to do that, we need to have some cash. So we're gonna take out a nice little healthy loan of $9,000. We'll pause the game real fast here, and then we'll go in and do some of this. I forgot these stations were so massive. Alright, so any lift hill is going to be at 10 miles an hour. This is going to be a capacity monster. Our target velocity is not going to be that fast. I think 60 is totally fine. We'll do something like that. Can we do that? There we go. Oh, that's right. This is a hypercoaster. It's not a twister, so we don't have all of the fun elements that we would have normally. So let's go in here again. And we spent a lot of money already. I don't think we're gonna have to. I don't think we're gonna be able to do quite what I was hoping to do here. So let's back this up a little bit. And instead of that, let's just have this do a flat turn here, like so. And lift hill this bad boy up. So this could be like a little baby hyper. It doesn't need to be anything bananas. And that's not going to work, so instead of doing that, we'll have it do something like that, maybe. And this thing is just gonna hopefully throw people around a whole bunch. That's kind of what I wanted to do right now, is just to be an intense coaster that doesn't have to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So maybe instead of doing that, we'll come back this way and then just bring it into a break run. I don't know, where are we at on our stats so far? Still medium, so we need to make this thing a good bit more intense here. And I'm going to try to accomplish that by just doing some really tight little hills and stuff here. Alright, our height for this is at 5.5. And then let's see, how did I do? Didn't do too bad, but I didn't do too good. Alright, our problem here is we're hitting on this. So I could come over here and bring it up. What does that look like if we do that? Still hit there, okay. How about now? There we go. Okay. Alright, let's see what happens here. Nice pop of airtime there. Twist on itself. Another back would be super fun right there. We actually don't need it to be highly intense. It's real close, but right now we have an intense one. So we're just going to call this Firecracker, which I think is a name I've used before, but we're going to go with it for this. A $10 ride, because I think this is the most exciting ride in the park. It is, actually. Cool. Not by a lot, but it is. And that's going to do it for that. I'm only going to run one train, I think. Doesn't make sense to run two on this particular track, unless we get really popular, and in which case we can always increase the capacity. Let's go here and figure out where we want to build this pathway. And then we're going to open this bad boy up. And what are people thinking about it here? There are people who want to go on Firecracker, which is great. We see them coming into the station for the first time now. I guess I should have centered that up a little more, but whatever. It's okay. The nice thing with a full line here is that we can wait for a full group of people. We have to wait for a whole minute to load all the way up on all the people. Let's see what their thoughts are. Firecracker looks too intense. Oh, it's highly intense. Nice. You're not paying that much for Firecracker. You knew what it cost. Okay. So I'll bring that down to 8 just so we don't lose people. There was too many people saying that they didn't want to pay that much. Sorry, folks. Get our trash can. What are our thoughts here? There's still people not willing to pay that much to go on Firecracker? Who are you? And why? It rattles right between low and high, so that's fine. It's the right amount of intensity, I think. And we're up to 304 guests. We need to get that number up to 500 and get rid of our loan debts, but I'm feeling a little better right now. This ride should, let's just take a look here, in theory, make us $1,600 a month if we're maxing this one out. This bad boy make us 12, and this one should probably be right around that 12 as well. 13, okay. So this ride, just because it's short ride length, but also I think it doesn't cost nearly as much to run. If we take a look in here, we have one train operation, so its maintenance cost per month is $193. Ooh, we got a radio mentioning our ride here. This one's monthly operating cost is much more because it has 2 trains. So just that little change can be really important if you're trying to squeeze pennies, especially on a ride that right now, 2 ride cycles basically gets us a full train going out. And look, it's back up to high. This kind of goes back and forth here. And we're getting not totally full lines, but really close to full lines, which is great, because if it rains, that means we can at least get people on there. Taking a look here, we have a launch drop tower, which would be perfect in this park, just as far as another small footprint attraction that we can get in here and do some real damage with. So we got that. Look at how small the footprint is. It's just a baby little ride as far as the footprint goes. We're going to put that up here, I think. We're going to raise it up to 21. Get that there. That there. Don't have enough money to build that. So we just need our coasters to do their job and cycle some people through them. The whole point of this ride is to draw people to the back of this park here. And without fail, we always have our staff who also want to check out the new rides all of the time. So I'll go in and do all of this mess. Completely unnecessary, but I think it just looks nicer in the final product. It doesn't fit the park at all, but it does fit the, well, I say that, but it does kind of fit the idea of this park. If we had to take a big loan out, now, not a big loan, but in a game where you can build a hypercoaster for a few $1,000s, a $4,000 load isn't like a small amount of money. So when we can do something like that, it kind of allows us to do a little bit more stuff. Yeah, it looks like a park that started off some good ideas, ran out of money to really do the theming the right way, so now they just kind of half it and just kind of go through and do the job that they need to do, but it's not the best. And I can think of a lot of amusement parks that where there's parts of the park that are themed beautifully and other parts that are not. So we'll see how that goes with all the stuff, but that's going to be kind of the theme of this park, is that we have this park that has some beautiful theming, and when we have money, we'll contribute to that theming. When we don't have money, we'll kind of do what needs to be done, hence this. But you can see it's not beautiful. I mean, this is an ugly building. For all intents and purposes, this is a really ugly building, but it does what it's supposed to do. This one, again, there's like little waves going through all this. It didn't mean to build it that way, just kind of how it wound up, but that's what it is. I'm just really happy that we are continually loading this line up. So hopefully when this line gets full, the next round of people will be here. Or the next round of the train. Yeah, see, we're getting a full line. So it's pretty much full, and then we have a round of people coming in. If we can maintain that, we'll be in great shape. And we're also slowly flirting with getting to 500 people. We'll get our optional goal here. We have halfway through that, and we are still in August of year 1. We do need to pay back our loans, though. That's one of the other goals of this park, to pay back loans. So I want to pay back 1,000 of that right now. And we'll see if we have any other small footprint throw rides. The hills on this park make it really difficult to do really cool stuff. So a wave swinger would be kind of a neat attraction. Can't fit over there at all. We could knock this hill down and put it over there somewhere. Just taking a look here. So we could fit in there. But I just don't know height-wise. Yeah, see how tall it is there? If we bring it down, it's not going to work because it's too close to that. But we could fit one of these guys in here pretty easily. And one of these little open spots, like right there. Easily pop it up. Fit like right there. Let's do something like that. Not that one. And I know we're supposed to be saving money right now, but we do have to add some attractions to get people to come to the park. It can't just be nothing is getting done. Go-karts? That could be kind of cool. It's not the ride that I don't know what I'm hoping for exactly ride-wise, but go-karts most definitely are not it. That said, though, there's still some fun stuff you can do with go-karts in this level, I think, that would make it interesting. Alright, so we're going to make this an indoor ride. I think that makes the most sense. And I want this to be an indoor ride where you can actually sit inside and kind of get an idea of what was going on in there. So we're going to do something like that. So we do have a little vandalism going on here, so let's get one more worker out here to fix any of those problems. And then I forgot to build that. There we go, we have our 500 guests. Beautiful. Roofing wise, I think I'm going to keep it real basic. This does not, again, does not fit the theme at all with this park, but and just to do something slightly different, we're going to do that, and then we're going to go into just our normal steel roof little line roof thing. Put those on there. And I guess we'll just go with the setup over here as well. Not that it makes a whole ton of sense. That's okay. We got a bus that dropped off twister fans. You don't see that happen very often. So there we go. Got that big giant building there. It's actually not terrible. As far as money, we are making money that we can pay back, so. Got $6,000 on our loan. We got a jumper coming in. I think that's a good addition. I'm going to switch that over to coasters here. Here come all of our runs. Let's see what you thought. You had a great time and you're broke. You spent $60. You have $1. Yep, you're broke. This person came in with lots of money, did not spend any time at the park, did not do anything. Awesome. I did see somebody as we were doing that was just like jumping around, having to go to the bathroom, so we're going to have to build some bathrooms here to help take care of our guests. There we go. And I might want to put one up there at some point, but I'm going to leave that go for just a moment here. As we go in and pay back some more of our loan. So we're going to need to keep that 500 guests in our park. It's not like a one-time thing. Even though we've met it, you need to have at least 500 guests in the park. We only need to sell 200 more tickets, which should not be a problem. We're probably going to need to build another coaster here at some point in the near future. We're making $1,800 a month, so that's not going to be too big of a challenge, I don't think. And we'll probably at some point need to add on another food area. We have so much space in this park. It's one of the great things about this little park. We probably could put another coaster station somewhere over here. Have it go out and do stuff out this way, which we might do a flying coaster with that. We just need a lot of money for that. Flying coasters are very expensive. So we're just repaying this. Again, there's no particular theme that we're keeping with here, mainly because I just don't know enough about the architecture of this park's kind of setup to continue doing things with it. So we're just going to leave that as is, and we'll kind of go for it from there. We have our jumper. We'll see if we can fit that in somewhere. That may be able to fit in underneath there, possibly. I don't think so, but might be able to. Let's just see real fast. I don't think it's going to work, but if I level this area out here, let's go crazy leveling on that. Oops. Level too much. Well, let's see if I put a jumper. Ooh, we are able to get that in there. Interesting. So let's play this out and see where it goes. So we'll do that. We'll do that. And open that bad boy up. And right now we have a lot of guests. We have 580 guests. We have a lot of capacity, but a lot of our ride lines are not super long. Like this one just cycles through so fast that we're not going to deal with that too much. And then we'll figure out if we need any more. But we are making money. I mean, we're making $2,000 a month. So we'll be able to go in here and knock out our loan obligations pretty soon. Maybe we'll just do it $500 at a time. Come here. Good. Broke. Oh yeah, we're just sending people away with no money. 16 cents. That's a winner so far. I don't think I've ever seen that. What's the problem with this park? What'd you go on? You on Firecracker twice? You probably just weren't able to get in line too much for it. That's okay. But yeah, our numbers are going down. We were up over 600. Now we're down in the 570 range. I probably should build an outlet here to have this go up and maybe connect in with that, and just kind of, it provides a full loop and provides guests a place to go. I just don't know if that actually does anything to help us out with the park itself. And also, are we able to remove any of these things? Like, I can remove that. Okay, can I remove that? And wow, that was a lot of stuff needed to make that. Okay, so we have that there. If we change this over, what does that look like? So let's just imagine if we built a pathway like here and just kept going up. And brought it over here, came down a little bit. All right, does that make sense for us to do? We're gonna do that. We got 34 guests coming that prefer extreme intensity rides. Good luck, folks. We do not have that. But what we do have is almost paid off loan. We owe $500, and then we'll have that loan completely paid off. Probably going to build some benches and stuff up here real fast. And inside of here, I should be able to build a bathroom if I'm doing this the way I think I can. Nope. But this does give us a new launching off point for other rides and stuff. And then maybe we can get some type of food court set up somewhere up here. But I just want to pay off our loan here before we do any of that. So I've repaid that. We now have met all of the goals. And we did not do all of, we completed all the non-optional. We just need to go with the optional ones. We're going to keep playing here. Thank the folks for coming, but we have 113 people left to get to this park, and then we will have won it. And we're going to continue to do so without any goals overall. So, let's see. How do we want to handle this? We're going to put a depot up here somewhere, I think. Probably somewhere like that. So let's bring this area out flat more. Then we need $2,000 to get one of those. That's a lot. But once we have the money, we'll be able to put that over here, I think. We'll have our stuff for that right there. We'll have that area set up. And while we're waiting on all this money to come our way, we can kind of do a little bit of planning. I really hate the bricks in this game. I just really don't like them. Let's go in here. We'll deal with the opening there. We'll get this thing hopefully all built out. And I think what I want to do is come up and up again. Again, up. Actually, no, let me do it the other way. So we'll do that. And then we can put in our wall stuff here. 1 and 2. Alright, we got that built. It doesn't super work for what we need to do. We have an alpine coaster to us now. Woohoo. It's actually not that bad of a choice for this park. But we desperately need to make some money so that we can build the parts of this park that we need to build. Don't have enough money to build our transport system for that. And I'm going to bring this all the way to the line here because I don't actually know how tall or how far down this is. So that's at 3. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, this is when map view is really fun and helpful. Alright, so this guy should not have any other problems with that. Let's slow the game down real fast. We're going to hire a new hauler. You're going to live in this zone, zone number 2. At least I'm gonna give you some options here. Nope, you're gonna live in zone 2. Can't deliver stuff if you live in zone 2. Because you're going to have other jobs. So I just need a bubble tea place. There we go. We'll add that. And then we should be able to at least get some guests eating and drinking up in this area without any real problems. How are we out of stock? Oh my gosh. Why are you... How are you delivering stuff up to there if you don't work there? I don't understand. Alright, we need 59 more guests to come into the park. That's great. You can slow this down. We're going to build a little alpine coaster here, I think. solidify our spot with this park. And I'm going to make the station way up here. I've never been on one of these in real life, and I would love to do so. They look super cool. Too high for supports. Oh, it can't come up when it's spinning? Interesting. And we're just trying to grind out a little bit more here with a super inexpensive ride. There we go. Got a nice little coaster built for us. Nothing special, but it will do the job. There we go. $4 for you. And we're going to open that bad boy up. And we'll see how we do. So as far as alpine coasters go, this one rips through a lot of stuff. It slows down a whole bunch. Because this is probably the fastest alpine coaster on the planet. Then that speed comes with the consequence that you got to come all the way back up the hill, because I think most alpine coasters, if I'm not wrong, start off at the very top and then kind of rocket down the bottom. But then they have to come back up. And usually I don't think they do it with people on them. I think usually people can get off at the end, and that's kind of it. But that's what we have. We're getting a junior coaster next, which can also be fun here. We need to sell 18 more tickets, and then we are out of this park, and the game will have been won. I really like the station design here, where you have all of the brakes. Not that they open and close entirely there. There we go. We've sold that. We should have our gold star here. We've unlocked everything in the challenge time, so we have won. So, this is a fun little park. Nothing crazy that we had to do here as far as designing or building this coaster or the park, but just an interesting little park challenge with lots of strange heights and all that, and we have a year and a half-ish to spare. Thanks so much for joining me. I am looking forward to our next round of stuff here. Hopefully we have a little bit of a flatter park with some more open spaces so we can go a little more wild. But thanks for joining me, and I will see you in our next episode.